We should not be looking for heroes, we should be looking for good ideas. If we don't believe in freedom of expression, for people we despise, we don't believe in it at all. The whole educational and professional training system is a very elaborate filter, which just weeds out people who are too independent, and who think for themselves, and who don't know how to be submissive, and so on because they're dysfunctional to the institutions. The smart way to keep people passive and obedient is to strictly limit the spectrum of acceptable opinion, but allow very lively debate within that spectrum. Optimism is a strategy for making a better future. Because unless you believe that the future can be better, you are unlikely to step up and take responsibility for making it so. Everyone's worried about stopping terrorism. Well, there's really an easy way. Stop participating in it. All over the place, from the popular culture to the propaganda system, there is constant pressure to make people feel that they are helpless, that the only role they can have is to ratify decisions and to consume. It is the responsibility of intellectuals to speak the truth and expose lies. Education is a system of imposed ignorance. Either you repeat the same conventional doctrines everybody is saying, or else you say something true, and it will sound like it's from Neptune. I was never aware of any other option, but to question everything. I think it only makes sense to seek out and identify structures of authority, hierarchy, and domination in every aspect of life, and to challenge them. Unless a justification for them can be given, they are illegitimate, and should be dismantled, to increase the scope of human freedom. The more you can increase fear of drugs, crime, welfare mothers, immigrants and aliens, the more you control all of the PO death penalty, can be tolerated only by extreme statist reactionaries, who demand a state that is so powerful that it has the right to kill people. That's the whole point of good propaganda. You want to create a slogan that nobody's going to be against, and everybody's going to be for. Nobody knows what it means, because it doesn't mean anything. See, people with power understand exactly one thing: violence. How it is we have so much information, but know so little. Neoliberal democracy. Instead of citizens, it produces consumers. Instead of communities, it produces shopping malls. The net result is an atomized society of disengaged individuals who feel demoralized and socially powerless. In sum, neoliberalism is the immediate and foremost enemy of genuine participatory democracy, not just in the United States, but across the planet, and will be for the foreseeable future. How people themselves perceive what they are doing is not a question that interests me. I mean, there are very few people who are going to look into the mirror and say, "That person I see is a savage monster." Instead, they make up some construction that justifies what they do. If you ask the CEO of some major corporation what he does, he will say, in all honesty, that he is slaving 20 hours a day to provide his customers with the best goods or services he can and creating the best possible working conditions for his employees. But then you take a look at what the corporation does, the effect of its legal structure, the vast inequalities in pay and conditions, and you see the reality is something far different. In this possibly terminal phase of human existence, democracy and freedom are more than just ideals to be valued, they may be essential to survival. Our ignorance can be divided into problems and mysteries. When we face a problem, we may not know its solution, but we have insight, increasing knowledge, and an inkling of what we are looking for. When we face a mystery, however, we can only stare in wonder and bewilderment, not knowing what an explanation would even look like. Propaganda is to democracy what the bludgeon is to totalitarian state. The death penalty can be tolerated only by extreme statist reactionaries who demand a state that is so powerful that it has the right to kill. Once again, the Shadow challenges you to research these topics for your own good. It is important to understand that these words are not from Shadow, they are from Chomsky, however they do resonate within all levels of civilization.